What's going on, everybody? My name is Mezerai and I'm back with another video. Before we start this video, I want you to please subscribe and like and comment if you like what I'm talking about. So I want to get straight into it. I broke my 2-week fast after 4 days. I know. And not only that, I broke my semen retention. So let's start with the fast. After the fast, I broke the fast with some unhealthy foods, and you're really not supposed to do that. When you do a fast, you're supposed to break it with something small, light, healthy, and I just went right in and I just broke it at the 4-day fast. After 4 days. But I wanted to remind y'all that I did this fast for a weight loss. This is not a spiritual fast. I didn't do this to do any spiritual cleansing. This was just for weight, and I made sure that I was doing this for I let God know that I was doing this just for weight loss. I wasn't trying to pervert the idea of fasting, so I wanted to differentiate the two. So I did that, and I broke it badly with some solid foods, and I wasn't supposed to do that at all. But I did. I just gave in. I don't know why. Like, I hate when I do this. The longest I've ever done a fast was for 17 days. And I did it, and I felt great. I was weak in the process because it was a water fast. But it was just really, really draining because you're flushing out everything in your system when you just drink water. But I was doing this with a protein shake. This time I was doing it with a protein shake, and I felt like I could have went longer. I could have persevered through that, because it's not as hard as doing a water fast, because you do have sugars in your body when you're doing protein shakes. So you're not going crazy or losing your mind. You know what I mean? So and not only that, I'm used to fasting, so I should have persevered. Shame on me. But it is what it is. I wanted to be upfront with you guys. And not only that, I broke my semen retention. Was it September 6th and September 7th was my last day releasing my semen. Yes. You know what it is? I haven't told anybody this, but I'm gonna tell you guys. I can't fathom the idea of me having my erections again, in a sense. Like, I haven't had them in such a long time because of the addiction to porn, and I basically kind of just lost interest in just actual humans, you know what I mean? Because I was looking at porn for so long, even though those are humans, but your mind is only connected to a certain type of images when you look at people through porn. So, and not only that, I'm attracted to women. And I can't even fathom that, because I've never been attracted to women for the past 25 years. Now I'm 26, about to be 27. And being attracted to women is completely new to me. And it's like unfathomable, because I didn't know that I could actually become attracted to women. So please empathize with me when I say that I'm new to this, and it's hard for me to deal with seeing certain women, and even just on certain sites. You know what I mean? It's just like I don't even look at men anymore. On certain sites, and even in person, it's just like, okay, that's just another man. I'll look at the guy and be like, oh well. You can tell he's a handsome guy, but it doesn't do anything to me. But when I look at certain women, I want to I get aroused, and this is completely the opposite of what my life used to be. So this is completely different. So I'm still trying to grasp the idea of looking at women, and I'm not as lustful, because I can control it, but it's like I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle, because I wasn't attracted to women for 25 years of my life. So now that I am attracted to it, attracted to them, it's not as hard to not be attracted, if that makes sense. Like, I know that I'm attracted, but I know I can. It's not a huge problem for me. You know what I mean? Because my mind has been desensitized to only look at certain people, and that is, those are men. But yeah, it's complicated. I have a very complex sex life, a very complex, I don't know, relationship status or whatever you want to say. We're dealing with, or attraction. That I have a complex life when it comes to my sexuality. It's very weird. It's very weird because it's not the norm. So I'm not going to say it's weird because it's just not the norm, but it makes sense to me. But yeah. So the semen retention, I'm on my 7th day. After 7 days, I broke it. September 7th is September 14th, and I'm trying to stay on track because I don't want to lose that momentum of me, having all this energy again and not, not being that weak-minded person that I was before. And I remember a Bible verse, I forgot what book. If you guys can remember the Bible verse, please comment. The Bible verse says, if you resist the devil or resist temptation, the devil will flee from you, and something like that. I forgot what book of the Bible it is, but I try to use, or I try to remember those verses to keep me grounded, because you'll be in the moment and you'll want to masturbate or touch yourself or do whatever, and you'll forget about that verse and it'll go right out your head, and you'll slip and make a mistake or break it, not realizing like, what am I doing? You just it's like you get possessed by this little spirit, and it'll just take over you for that one moment, and you'll mess up and you'll feel so defeated. It's like, why did I do that? I could have just kept going. Why did I do that? So you have to continue. That's why this is a spiritual war. You have to continue to pray and keep those spirits away, those bad spirits away, always trying to look for the perfect moment to come in and just take over you. And they will take over you. It's easier said than done. And not only that, I remember going on a fast. So this was just Friday. I did a 1-day fast. This is a spiritual fast. This was a spiritual fast to break, covenants in the spiritual realm that are of demonic forces. And once I started my fast, I had a dream of this guy that I used to work with, and he was, doing sexual things to me and all of these things, and I was like, what? And that was just an indicator of when, demonic forces know when you're trying to work through something. They're trying to initiate you back into the life of lust and life of homosexuality and life of so many demonic things, and it's like you'll find yourself backtracking, you know what I mean? And the day after that, I had another dream. It was very sexual, and it was just I can't recall, but I know it was sexual, and I was getting like, before I even went down to sleep. This was after I fasted. After I started the fast, before I went down to sleep, my penis got so aroused. I just got so aroused by everything, and I'm like, I'm not really thinking of anything. What is going on in my subconscious? You know what I mean? I'm not even thinking of anything to get me aroused. Why am I so stimulated? You know what I mean? And once I went to sleep, I had those dreams, and those forces are trying to get you back. So that's why you have to use certain prayers to break those curses or those covenants or those spells on you, on your life, because they will manifest if you don't do something about it right now. You got to nip it in the bud. So I learned that, and I'm gonna keep fasting. I'm gonna keep doing what I got to do. But the fast that I did 2 weeks ago, it did not work out, and I wanted to keep going because I had a goal, and I wanted to stay true to that goal, and I want to take this very serious. You know what I mean? But life is. I'm still trying to get my life together, trying to get my life back because I was giving it to so many people. But that's another story, of course. But I will definitely get into that. And this is just a side note, guys. Like, I want to start talking more about my actual stories as well. I'm going to get into that, my actual life stories and what I've overcome over the last 26 years and what I've, come to acknowledge that was in my life, and epiphanies that I've had over the years of my existence. And I think it's really imperative that I tell this to the world. I have so many things to tell. I feel like nobody really ever heard my story. Certain my friends have, but I don't think people really understand the spirituality that goes into my story, and how real everything is. A lot of people don't grasp certain things that I'm talking about, but I want to get into a lot of things. And I have another project that I want to start working on too, because I bought some more equipment, and I have some things that I want to put into my new videos that I make, and I may come up with another channel. This is going to be completely different from this one. I want to differentiate the two and separate the two, because I don't want the channel to be in disarray. I don't want it to be all over the place. So I want to like separate two different things and have another channel where I'm just doing other things. I don't want to talk too much on it, but I'm just shut up for now. But yes, that was my take on the well, it wasn't my take, it was more of my failures, but lessons, we'll say lessons, they're just lessons. But I wanted to tell you guys what I did and how I messed up. I have to be honest with you guys. I can't just keep things into myself, to myself all the time, because it won't happen, because my mouth will just start running. It'll just keep running and running. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want you guys to stay well and do me a favor, do right by you. I love you guys.